All right, yeah, had some issues on IG. Had some issues on IG. So without wasting time, just made a quick audible, jumped on YouTube. So people kind of like scrambling in now. What's going on? Good morning. Um, 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 um. All right, so Bumblebee Tuna. All right, we got something going, right? We got something going. And I'll leave it there, I guess. No, I'm pretty good with I'm pretty good with social media and all that kind of stuff. It's just the password. I got locked out. So let's do it. Yeah, people are scrambling in now. Yeah, gold on fire, y'all. If y'all got long gold, gold on fire. All right, let's do it. Right. So today's date, Thursday, the 16th of January. Mr. Blue here, TradePhantoms.com. Right. So yeah, good stuff. I'll go through some morning process, so on and so forth. All right. As always, it started off here. Get the blood cooking here, flowing. We got demand supply, right? Top down approach, monthly, weekly, daily, orange, yellow, blue, kind of a color code here. All right. Bullish candlesticks, location being most important. Bearish candlesticks, location being most important. We kind of go through this, kind of every day for the most part. We got to take a look at the liquidity map, so on and so forth. All right. Regarding any news, yesterday was a big day. Wednesday, CPI came out. Okay. Markets just went up. Markets went up. There's no other way to put it. No other way to put it. We'll get to the charts, of course, in a moment. Had a couple trades yesterday. Have still some trades on carryover from yesterday. But yesterday was yesterday. Today is today. Today, Thursday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, as you can see, retail sales already had come out. Right now, we have unemployment claim. Let me refresh this. We had core, retail, and unemployment claims. All right, that already came out, and of course, we're always going to see how the markets react and respond regarding that. Right, tomorrow being Friday to close up the week, pretty quiet regarding just regular economic news in the U.S. All right, but for the most part, all the news is out for this week. Right, S&P, Nasdaq, futures, so on and so forth. We're going to go through those right now. If I look at the major four indexes here, so I got the S&P on a daily time frame, futures upper left. NASDAQ upper right, okay, and Dow Jones lower left, and then we got the Russell 2000 on the bottom right-hand side. And the daily time frame, S&P futures here, you could see yesterday put in a nice day, okay, that is a daily candle. As you can imagine here, right? So after CPI, market just kind of went moonshotted up, right? Kind of intraday yesterday, after the market opened, we kind of we went up, then we came back down a little bit. We were inside bar on the, whatever it was, the 30-minute, the 60-minute time frame. All right, so it tested a lot of, traders' patience yesterday. And then, a couple other things happened too. The team was looking at GEXBOT and all that kind of stuff. We were looking at options profile. So we commonly maneuvered yesterday pretty decently as a team. Getting long. So I'm still holding long, SPY calls from yesterday and a couple of other trades from yesterday too. Tesla, Snacks and Meta, Nvidia, so on and so forth. But this is futures now, right? So you can see overnight, we're kind of calm right now. Nothing really, off the back of that news, as opposed to yesterday being CPI was a major one there. It's pretty calm here this morning, with the stronger one this morning being NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ, upper right-hand side. Okay, so we have, we went through kind of levels here, but a couple, for a couple days ago, and throughout this week, we have this daily level up here, right? So here's current price right now. So we do have a couple levels up here regarding supply on the daily time frame. Now we discussed this yesterday inside of the live trade room where we were talking about location, location of where we are just based on, the higher time frames, right? So I'm not going to go into much detail regarding that right now, okay? But you can see, you know, this is the SPY on a daily time frame. And I just kind of drew this little simple illustration here where we have, okay, macro picture up, right, on the monthlies and weeklies, okay, but we do have a sequence of lower low, lower high on the daily, you know, kind of to kick off the new year, so on and so forth, right? So we had a nice little rally off this past couple days this week, okay? And then the supply level that we were referencing there, it might be a bit more easier to see because I can zoom in on TradingView here, right? You know, it's up here, right? So we have a couple of weekly highs in here, and you know, of course, we have a rally, a pivot, a drop, a rally, a nice pivot, and then a drop, right? So we'll see. I'm not sure if we're going to get up there today, but if the markets continue to rally, you know, this is an area where, of course, we're going to be taking some longs. I'm sorry, taking profits. I should say taking profits on longs. Okay, and then yeah, if you have a bearish setup, if you have a if you want to have a level to get bearish on, I should say, okay, these levels would be the areas to do so. All right, as such. All right, we're talking about a couple of potential liquidity sweeps right above this level. So we have level on top of level up here. So it's going to be interesting to see if this could be what's called a liquidity sweep. I don't have enough time to talk about that right now, but there's basically going to be stop losses here, right? Stop losses up here for shorts and breakout traders. Probably trying to get long breakouts above here. All right, if I have a bit more time, I'd maybe explain a little bit more regarding that. All right, but these prices, last week's high, 599.78. There's also another weekly high. It's not last week's high, but it's another weekly high. It's right here. SPY's, let's call it 602.20 handle, give or take. All right, and this is why I got in yellow to represent. That reminds me that this is a weekly highs based on the color code here, right? Weekly. All right, yep, Nvidia, nice gap up. We're along that. The team got long yesterday on that. All right, so I'll get back to the charts here on S&P futures. So that's the level that that might be of interest here. I'm hoping that selfishly so that we can rip up and continue up. Today being Thursday, then tomorrow being Friday, to close up the week. We'll see what happens. All right. So yeah, that's going to be equivalent to that level up here in futures. Okay, so we have two levels here, and I even put a note right there, stop loss sweep. Right, you'll be able to see the prices in a moment better on the darker background as usual. All right, NASDAQ, I can say the same thing. We already have this level kind of mapped out. Great, a couple levels up here, right? So this, too many ums today already. This level on level here is going to potentially provide some liquidity. All right, nice little bar, nice little green bar got put in yesterday, positive CRG. So, question is we're gonna potentially continue and fill this space up here. Right, I'll save some time. I'll skip over the Dow Jones. Sorry for Dow Jones traders and Russell 2000. Okay, came in a little bit late here, just with the figuring out what platforms I want to stream on. All right, so as always, I want to start out higher time frames. Monthly here on the left. I got weekly here in the middle, daily here. Right, so monthly, weekly, daily to give folks the lay of the land here. Most people already know because I just see the Phantoms members in here. And this is not scheduled, so I'm not sure if anybody else is fairly new. But I'm gonna switch over to the S&P futures. Map out our Globex traps, highs and lows. All right, got the 6-minute time frame upper left, 30-minute time frame down here, 5-minute here, 2-minute down here. All right, let's see. I'll do this fairly quick. I want to get to the gaps. All right, so first order of business, real quick. Map out Globex high. Take this blue line here and pop it right there to represent Globex high. 60-minute time frame here, S&P futures. Okay. Yeah, 594 strike call was from yesterday. Still holding those. Right. We'll see if we can get a nice little push. All right. Yesterday's high was close to 590, 594. So if we could take out yesterday's high and continue higher, these will be in the money. So these are now. Yesterday we got in this trade and it was the next day's expiration, but now that's today, right? So that's today's expiration. So we're gonna take profit on those aggressively if these print higher today. All right, anything above 594 is going to be in the money, so we're good. So even if we touch 595, those are going to be at least minimum $1 in the money. All right, and yeah, so hopefully, I'm not hoping, but we'll see if we can if we could punch out and take profit on those long calls. All right, Globex low here. Good job, folks. Globex low here. All right, let me just clean this up. And nice little Globex trap level here today. In the event that we do break Globex low here, all right, break the Globex low, we do have a level of demand below said Globex low. So we have a level of demand right here. And this is the level yesterday that got put in as we were kind of, markets ripped up after CPI. It needed to calm down a little bit. It dropped down, it based a little bit, right? Maybe, I was hoping to not have anybody in the trade room get scared out of the longs, okay? Then eventually we started to, trickle back up, right? Point that I'm trying to make right now, yesterday was yesterday, today's today. This could potentially be an area where we could potentially take a Globex trap long here, all right? Because that is an area of demand below the Globex low right here. So I just want to reference that. That price comes in at about 59, call it 63-ish. Handle. All right. All right, got the 50 EMA. Yep, yes, sir. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. On the 1 hour time frame here. All right, as always, there could, just reference right there. You might not want to put your stop loss right below there, right below this level 59, call it 59.50. I would almost say you might even want to get in a couple ticks below 59.50 because there could be a potential liquidity sweep right here. Okay, so this could be, I would say, put a limit entry in on this because that demand zone is not super great to begin with. But I would not want to have folks put their stop loss right below there because there could be a potential liquidity sweep right below that 50 handle. Okay, so kind of 63 to 48. Okay, 59s. Okay, 59.63 to 59.48. All right, you put your limit order a bit more lower down in here too to analyze some risk. I don't want to have nobody stop loss be right there. Okay, in the event that we flush out a little bit, you get stopped out right below right here, right, because you think that this market's going to just fill this space down in here, and you get a stop loss liquidity sweep. All right, Globex trap short. Well, up here, I have the levels already mapped out. Blue represents daily, right? So I got 60.32 and I got 60.45 up here. And there's also 60, there's a couple levels up here, okay? There's a couple levels up here. So just refine and drill down. You can see another one right up there. So this whole boxed area here. So there, this is the lay of the land for the most part for right now, okay? So we got the 63s, okay? 63s to 48s, all right? And then for Globex trap long, and then we get the 60, I would say 45 to 60, 60 50s. So we get the 50s. All right. The 50 handles. Those are going to be pretty interesting today. Alrighty then. All right. Let's move on to NASDAQ futures real quick. I can say the same thing here. All right, but let's just put the prices on the radar. Globex high here, Globex low here. All right, nice defined level. 1 hour time frame here, NASDAQ futures. All right, I would not want to have y'all stop loss right below there, as mentioned, right? Could be a liquidity sweep there. So that comes in about what, 21,280, give or take, NASDAQ futures. Gold on fire. Let's go. We got the team long yesterday. I had a conservative level lower on gold too. I didn't get filled on those ones. Some GLD, long calls. I'm always sold put on it. So any rally that we get, massive, nice little rally in futures. So, all right. You gotta love trading. Yeah, AVGO is on the radar. I love how y'all are. My Phantom team is just becoming on fire in a good way. All right. Would not want to put your stop loss right below that level. Okay, so same thing here. I would even put a limit order in 21,288, give or take. I'm sorry, 228. So many numbers in NASDAQ. 21,228. All right, I'd even put a limit in here to fill. All right, add long. All right, in the live trade room where we have multiple hours, sometimes I'll go into explaining a couple of granular details, but for time's sake right now, I just want to keep it moving a little bit right here. So this level on level, NASDAQ is pretty wicky, so you want to make sure that you're not getting clipped out right below this level here. All right, yearly view of 21,262. For this year's VWAP. Yeah, so make sure you're checking your VWAPs. So team is mentioning in there, and some notes on that. All right, I think butchered this enough here. All right, I had the level right here yesterday. Gray 21,500. Overnight kind of hit. We trickled down, but we're going to be. If in the event that this thing continues to rally up, okay, I want to be careful with this 21,634 handle. Okay, that's just kind of a liquidity sweep up here. So the long story short with this is, for Globex trap short, you kind of want to be getting higher up potentially here for inside of the daily supply, which is going to be 21,770. Okay, 21,770, right? 775, give or take up here. Okay, that would be the better level up here. All right, I'm just going to delete this. We tagged this level right here. All right, pull back off it a little bit here. All right, but just to kind of clean it up a bit. I'll just take that off. Got a reaction off of that. We pulled back. All right. NASDAQ, S&Ps, so on and so forth, futures. We've got a nice little move overnight, push back down. So we do have a nice little positive COG right now happening on the 30-minute time frame. That white dashed line, if y'all can see that, is VWAP, daily VWAP in the 20-pin moving average here. So we do have what's called a positive COG, green bar, takeout, red bar, back above VWAP inside of what we call the buy zone, rising 20 and rising 50, which is sloping up. Okay, so that's a nice little trade right there if you wanted to be a little bit more aggressive on this. Okay, stop loss would be below this pivot right here. Okay, and NASDAQ's a stronger one this morning, right? So you might have some edge here, stop loss here. All right, matter of fact, I'm going to pull the trigger. I don't speak in mites. We got VIX down. Let me just check the VIX. Overnight high, overnight low VIX. Yesterday, the VIX just kept us calm and cool. Everything was VIX was just continuing to fade lower. VIX down, market up. VIX up, market down. Opposite. So I cannot stress that enough, how VIX, if you know what you're looking for and you're calm and you're patient, it'll keep you relaxed in a relaxed state while markets are developing. Okay, right now VIX is just hanging out, chilling. All right, if that continues down, right, yesterday we had a VIX collapse, market up. If that continues to fade down, we could continue to rally. So this NASDAQ futures, I'm going to pull the trigger on this, okay? Stop loss right here, we're going to be 21,000, call it 409. All right, 30-minute. All right, let me just get filled right now on this. Let's see. That's my chair.
Order filled.
All right, so I just got long. Got filled at 21,478. All right, long NASDAQ futures. All right, stop loss, let me throw that in, 21,409, right? All right, there we go. And then, target number one at least. So we see if we can get up to here to 21,000. Call it 535 ish, 537. All right, let's call it 39. All right, 21,539. This would at least be target number one here. Okay. All right, gotta move on here. I'm gonna go fast and furious here. All right, we'll see if we can break Globex high if that's gonna continue there. All right, let me just throw that order in target one just in case as I move on. At least I can hit target number one here, okay? So let me just throw that in real quick, then we're gonna move on. I'll do gold real quick. 21,539 is the target, right? 521K. So many numbers in NASDAQ. Just sliding my bracket order up. 539. All right, let's go. This is taking too much time. All right, here we go. All right, good to go. All right, long NASDAQ futures there. All right, off that positive COG. All right, gold. Crushing us some gold here in the room, monthly, weekly, daily. I'm not going to go too much into that right now. Plenty of recordings on that, even on YouTube. But beautiful, just beautiful. Got a nice pullback yesterday. Just basic stuff. Pulling back into demand. Okay, right in here. I had a couple limits in down here too. 26.93. I snagged a little bit of something on this, but not enough. I wanted to get more longer down here. I still have those limits pending in there right now. Probably not going to fill today. I have to update that now. Globex high, being here, we already ripped up gold. So if you're long these futures, TP. All right, take profit. That means take profit some. Okay, pretty good. If we do, remember we're on highs right now, so you don't want to chase. So pull back down, right? So beautiful pullback into demand, just basic stuff, right? Impulse correction, higher high, higher low, pull back into demand. We got VWAP, rise 20-point moving average. 20-point moving average, the 50. Okay, great. This was yesterday as well. I knew that was an obvious area right there. I said to the group, that's obvious. If we swipe down, there's a IBI right below that. Probably some liquidity sweeping right there. Boom. Okay, and then we revert back up. Now, if we were to come back down here, okay, and push back down, well, the area, fresh area of demand, Globex low is here. That would be a Globex trap down here. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. It could. All right. This would be the Globex trap here. All right, call it 21,000. I'm sorry, 21,000. 2705 handle right down in here. All right. If that doesn't, if we don't break Globex low, then of course we can reference this area right here. Now this has already been tested, right? So you see gold just ripping new highs. So even if you're long, the GLD calls are going to be printing pretty nicely here this morning too. Okay. As you can shave out some of those long calls as well. All right, we got the GLD. We put this trade on, a week or two ago? We got the GLD 250 strike, February 28th. We got it for 380. They closed up pretty nicely yesterday. All right, and they're going to be even more profitable here today. All right, so yeah, we can now go on a TP campaign on that. GLD, what's the pre-market quote on GLD? $250.74. Okay, so here's yesterday's close. If y'all can see it, okay, we're gapping up into there. All right, so now these are going to be at the money. All right, these are going to be at the money. So we can TP, take profit, right? We're buy low, sell high, right? So we're coming up, gapping up into a level of supply. So make sure that we're taking profit. Okay, so take profit from long GLD options. And gold futures. All right. We'll take some profit on gold futures too, and I'm gonna hit the gold GLD. Hopefully y'all can see that note. All right, right now we're gapping up into that area right there. God futures, I'll keep that there. All right, it's supposed to be gold. All right. So nice trade, y'all. Nice trade on that. Shout out Mark. I think it was Mark Wahlberg called out this positive COG2 on GLD, right? One of the sessions that we had not too long ago. The team is growing. All right, for a pullback, just be careful with this, right? This has been tested, right? See that? Beautiful already. So, could it come back down and could that work? Yeah, okay. But, similar to yesterday, a fresher level would be kind of down here. So that comes in back to gold futures here, 27, 24. All right, so it's not a Globex trap long, but this would just be a basic, kind of pullback back long here. Just coming into a level of demand. Fair enough. All right, gotta move on. All right, for Globex trap short, be careful with that. But look, because we know pullback is imminent, okay? But I would come into this area here. It'll be interesting to see if we break above. I would say look at 2760 and above level, another level that's inside of this daily. Okay, that's higher up. The 2750 was tested over here. So that's not fresh and prime, if you will. All right, nice retest. So we could get up a little bit higher with the liquidity sweep above the 2760. So you might want to be looking at for a Globex trap short. Okay, 26, call it 66. Okay, that's that little gray level that hasn't been touched yet inside of this daily level. All right, we got 6 minutes before open here, so I got to move on there. Okay, so let me just make a quick little note of that. This would probably be the, I want to let this come up. And if we're long gold, so, let this thing continue to come up. All right, we don't have to be so aggressively short, okay, to get short. Okay, and I would even do that in a different account. Maybe hold on to some runners if you're trading micros. All right. $65. So that pink line would be, like when I have a Globex trap short, 2765 handle. Okay, on a liquidity sweep above the 2760 handle. All right. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy that. Take profit as we come into new highs. All right, there'll be a mean reversion trade coming up soon on that, I'm sure. All right, make sure we can take some profit on that. Apple. Missed a little trade yesterday on Apple because technical difficulties, but today slight gap up, inside gap, nothing too crazy there. Amazon is coming out a little more stronger in terms of the gap, outside gap up. Amazon had a nice what's called mortgage gap yesterday, but was a lagger kind of intraday tape, but today we might have a bit of a continuation off of that rally from yesterday. We'll see. AVGO, another one here that was a bit more laggard yesterday as a lagger, but a nice gap up. The only thing with this, I like the gap up here. The only thing is, a lot with the market right now, we're kind of in the middle of the range here, right? So, location is very important regarding everything, regarding trading setups, right? So, not to keep a long story short, all right, here's supply up here, the all-time high on AVGO. Here's demand down here, post earnings. Okay, post earnings, we're just kind of parked up here, right? And this is the kind of low post earnings. This is the high post earnings, and the point that I'm trying to make is we're in the middle. Okay, so just have to be careful with that, right? That's all. Google was slow cooker as well yesterday. Some of the team caught Google. I missed it because of technical difficulties. No excuses, but some folks caught this beautifully yesterday, which was nice. Today, slight gap down. So close here, pre-market quote down here. So it's actually having a gap down versus gapping up along with the other a lot of the other tickers. So I just be and again same thing range right inside of this range here. So albeit if I zoom out, yes, Google's been beautiful. All right, here goes all-time high, all that stuff, right? All that good stuff. But if I'm zooming in here where we are today location-wise, all right, in the middle. So be extremely careful with Google today. And Google's a good one there. Tesla took a loss on this on Tuesday, had to sell some puts. All right, yesterday, nice trade. Still holding on to some Tesla long call from yesterday. All right, putting a nice close. These options, did pretty well. All right, but Phantoms, I don't have losers, Matt. All right, so on Tuesday, I got smacked up a little bit on Tesla. All right, I got smacked down a little bit, right? So you take your losses, right? Cut them, all right, and you continue to take the next setup. And then that loser was smaller than the winner that we have yesterday, right? So we'll see today if we can get another entry on this. Nice little close. The team was mentioning this yesterday. Okay. Daily close, positive COG. We'll see. This space up here looks beautiful if this thing does want to break out and go higher. All right, but just be careful with that. We could have a little bit of liquidity sweep first. Okay, we can come lower before we go higher. Okay, or it might not even break. Okay, devil's advocate here. It might not even break. Okay, that could be a fakey breaky, and we fade back down low range. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Okay, Tesla's been inside week. Today's Thursday. We're not done yet with this week, but last week. Okay, if you can kind of make this candles out here, last week was inside of the prior week, high and low. Okay, so Tesla hasn't really moved that much from 2 weeks ago because we're inside candle. Now, this candle's not closed yet on the weekly, but this is looking nice. If Tesla bulls are going to hold this candle here up for today being Thursday, tomorrow being Friday, right? That would be a nice little positive COG, which might provide some power to eventually break out to the upside if that doesn't happen this week. All right, but we gotta cross that bridge when we get there, right? We have to trade today, see what happens, and then Friday another whole trading day as well, and then lock and change, right? Lock and change. All right, that bar might not be green anymore. It might come back down here tomorrow, Friday, and that could be a wick on the weekly. All right, so we'll see. Microsoft, beautiful yesterday. Was weird because it didn't have the greatest gap in pre-market. Versus the others, but it followed through beautifully on intraday on the intraday tape. So beautiful. I don't know if anybody's still holding on to some Microsoft if they caught it. That was one that I missed yesterday too, right? Due to that BS, but all good. Point that I'm trying to make right now. Nice little outside gap up. So Microsoft on the radar here. For bullish strength, that's taking out of the gate. We'll see a couple of daily highs here that is noteworthy. That we want to be courteous of. All right. There we go. S&P futures trying to click up here. Long NASDAQ. Meta. Took a nice little meta trade yesterday. Yesterday's high, yesterday's low. Today, slight gap down. Inside gap, not really. So inside gap. So Meta had mortgage gap yesterday. Nice follow through. I still have some Meta on. They're probably going to be opening up a little bit down. We'll see. We'll have a little bit of Meta on too. Already open. NVIDIA. We are long call NVIDIA. All right. Nice little gap here. If you want to take some profit on that said NVIDIA trade. All right. These options are up very well here, 77 cents. So if you wanted to take some profit on NVIDIA, you can do so. All right. I'm going to take some off here. I got the 138 strike call. GLD, can take some profit on GLD. I'm taking some profit on some of the NVIDIA calls that we got in yesterday, okay? Just to lock in some gains. All right, just give me a moment. You know, lock some profit in. We might be re-engaging this, but just make sure that we're locking in some profit here. Okay, we can always add to this later, depending on how market tape is. All right, so just taking some profit here, right? You can even see in this little smaller account here. All right, I picked up some 139 strike calls, 2 for 50 cents. These are up a solid, you know, a solid 100%. So not bad. All right, just taking profit. All right, yeah. One last thing, GLD. They're going for 575. Okay, so I'm gonna take a moment to take some profit on GLD as well, right? As mentioned. All right, last thing here, and then I'll go through some internals. And see what's in store for any new trades here. Now, so just make sure you're taking some profit on GLD. All right, I'm getting 578 fills here. As we're hitting target. Let me take out some futures as well, because I'm long gold futures as mentioned here. So as the reaction of that supply zone is as follows.
Order filled.
That's just me taking some gold futures profits a little bit there on just liquidating some gold futures along with some GLD, okay? All right, well, I already got the note. Already got the note here, right? All right, moving on. All right, internals. Fix down a little bit here. It's early for cumulative tick. Advanced declines, 0. Nothing too crazy there. Valdi, neutral. All right, GLD, nice. I'm still in that trade, GLD. I'm not getting all out, but I did. Since we're at that level, I got to execute. So that's Nasdaq futures getting stopped out. All right. So no follow through here. All right, stopped out. All right, it's kind of annoying because there's a nice little sneaky level right there too. So I might have just got clipped. All right, but no fall through so far on that 30 minute positive CRG. All right. See Visa looking good, long call. JP Morgan, Apple. JP Morgan's on fire. Apple. Apple, not really giving us much right now. Tesla pulling back pretty significant there. Tesla pulling back into a level of 420. Tesla's not bad here. It'd be front side entry. what's called front side entry, but we are pulling back decently in there. JP Morgan just on fire. I got my eye on Tesla. So AMD's putting in a trap bar here. It loves to trap. It's not really at the greatest level. But bearish exposure would definitely be AMD potentially today. We're at that level right there. Intermediate, but that could potentially get taken out. It's not the strongest here. So AMD long put. I like it because it's very definitive of where we could be wrong. All right, so I like this bar here that we can lean against, stop loss above here. Let me see, TSM. Let's see, just take a quick peek at TSM. AMD long put looking good here. TSM, this is a semiconductor, right? Could potentially be breaking supply. It's a tough one though. Let me see what SPY calls. They're trading 136, down a little bit as we fish out. All right, JP Morgan at all-time highs. So that could potentially continue to go, but we're going to be battling exit distribution on that. So I want to be a little careful with that, especially on YouTube. SPYs. This inside bar right now on 5. Nothing's really popping out at me right now. Microsoft. Be patient, folks. SPYs might be trying to set up here for something. Netflix had a gap up. Yep, Netflix is coming up pretty soon here. Microsoft, interesting. I like that wick here, flush out, but wide range bar open here. So a little choppy here. Meta looking good, gap down. It's holding some strength there. Off of the low, if that's going to be the low. We don't know that yet. This coming Meta long call looking decent. Just the location is so annoying, but it's looking decent. NVIDIA. Still got those on NVIDIA. Looking like I might want to be adding to this. But we'll see if we can break opening day's range here. All right, Tesla, yesterday's VWAP. Decent level. This is gonna be front side, be careful with this. Looking to get long call Tesla. I'm still in these down here, the 425s. Not a lot of size left on them. So I'm looking to reload here a bit on some Tesla. All right, this would be front side entry. We could come a little lower, so be careful with this, right? But let me see. The level's not super great. It's an unfilled gap down here. If that gets filled, then these calls are gonna get cooked, but in a bad way. We're going a little bit more deeper down. It's not the greatest level, so I might want to just be a bit more patient on that too. Yeah, be a little bit patient on that. We're just in the middle of the range, folks. Somebody said Netflix, and I want to look at the video too. Let's see. Yeah, we were talking about this even for a little bit of a swing. I don't know if anybody got long on this on the swing trade. Intraday, Netflix is trying to do something here. Let me check Avgo, NVIDIA. I'm still waiting for NVIDIA to potentially, SPYs are not really doing much right now. It's below its VWAP. But I'm waiting for NVIDIA to kind of like break out of the opening day's range. It could come a little bit lower. Henceforth, why I took a moment to with the team to make sure that we're taking some profit on the long calls that we got in yesterday, right? Matter of fact, I don't even know why I didn't pull the trigger on this account here. I gotta do that. Create, closing order, boom. All right. It's a little small baby account that I trade, live, nothing too crazy, but I always put this on the back burner, but you gotta give it love. So yeah, the video, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting, nothing's popping out too crazy. Tesla's still bottom or dropping there. All right, come lower. Visa, JP Morgan, XOM. These are the ones that are holding up a bit more strength there. All right, AMD. AMD long put, bearish exposure. SPY is breaking down a little bit on VWAP, off VWAP. Let's be patient with that. AMD here. Let me see. I'll pick up the 118 strike. Tomorrow's expiration, the 17th, going for about 95 cents. Nothing too crazy there. 118 strike put, if you can see that. All right, day trade for today. One of the weaker ones, breaking down top of tail inside bar on the 5, below VWAP. One of the weaker ones. The caveat on this trade is that we're at this little level right here, which is a little bit of a pushback. We already touched it, and we're trying to absorb this here. We get the 20-period moving average here on this too, but it's below the 50 and things like that. So AMD is a little can be a little crazy sometimes. It's been like that lately because of the multiple time frame analysis here. I'm not going to go too much into that right now, but the some bearish pressure, bearish exposure, I should say. This one is where I'm leaning against right now. So the 118 strike put for about what 90 something more cents there. All right. Get filled here at, got filled 93 cents. And the risk on this, I'm probably just gonna be risking the total premium. I should mention that 90 cents. All right, 118 strike. All right, so slightly out of the money. We'll see. All right, so long put. Bearish, right? Alrighty then, spies. Break it down a little bit. Netflix holding some bids there. Visa. This is deeper in that zone. My runners are getting pulled back on that. Apple breaking down. That's not going to be good for spies. Apple's still a big stock here, right? So Apple grinding lower here. All right, VIX on an uptick. I don't even have GAC loaded. That's a crime. Why does it look, is it only mine or why does it look so, does it look foggy? Does it look foggy on the screen? It seems foggy, I don't know why. It's foggy over here, yeah, so I apologize for that. I gotta be doing this through OBS. Yeah, it's like a glare. We're trying to make do here, but so ghetto. Definitely got to do this through OBS. All right, VIX on an uptick, but nothing too crazy there. So just, you gotta be patient with this. Internals are not too hot though, I will say. Let me see, we got some gags going over here. Let's see, we have negative volume, but positive for OI on the GAX profile. So yeah, just be patient. Nothing's really jumping off the map here at me regarding setups. AMD breaking down a little bit. We could TP some AMD. I mean, that's the only thing that I got new for us here so far. They're up a little bit, couple cents here. Nothing too crazy. Those SPY calls are pushing back on us now, right? I'm still long those there for the record from yesterday. So late on this. I got 97 cents. That's not even worth it. Let's see if I push, if we can continue lower. But you know, nothing too crazy here for just regarding anything. If this market's gonna snap down. JP Morgan giving us a little setup here off VWAP. Long call JP Morgan. One of my favorite bars there, fakey breaky off VWAP. Long call JP Morgan, got to do it. Done. You want to get lower delta, I mean, you could pick up the 575, 257 half for 70 cents. Very low risk. If you want a little more juice and delta on this, you could pick up the 255 strike for $1.91. To each their own, whichever one, doesn't matter. You know, for the tube and with the risk that we have on a little bit here right now, I'll go lower risk here. I'll pick these 257 halves up for 73 cents. Long call JP Morgan. You could even go further out expiration date. We're on all-time highs, so we're gonna be a little careful with that because you don't want to be, buying too high and exit distribution, so on and so forth. If you kind of know what that means, some phantoms would know. But for right now, day trade, I'll pick these up. Just picked them up for 72 cents was the fill that I had got personally right now on that petting. And, max loss is going to be total premium, right? So 72 cents of risk per contract for the 252 half strike call. Entry is positive COG. A bit of a fakey breaky bar, inside bar, fakey breaky, whoop. And then positive COG close right there. All right. As I'm letting indexes kind of iron out. All right, JP Morgan is at all-time high, so I want to be a little careful with that. AVGO is it setting up for us here? AVGO trying to give us something here. On Qs, a little sneaky on Qs. Yes, sir. A little sneaky there. I see what you see, brother. Is that yesterday's VWAP? Yeah, yesterday was Wednesday, right? So yeah, yesterday VWAP. So yeah, even though we're pushing back a little bit, we got some stuff down in here. Yesterday's VWAP, it's right there too. So, let's be patient. For the facts are, yes, we are below daily VWAP. All right, right there, low on, we don't know if that's going to be the low on day, but that's a 30-minute, a little sneaky level that one of the, looks like a phantom member I mentioned right there, right? So green bar, fade VWAP. So we'll see. So far, the first initial move down here, very small time frame, right? Impulse correction, low, high right now, right? So that's yesterday's VWAP. So the smaller time frame, low, high, right off the open so far. All right, but if I even look at the say the 30-minute time frame, we have we got some little baby demand zones right there. Yesterday's VWAP there too, and and remember, folks, now we're back above last week's VWAP and yearly VWAP in that darker color right there. Yellow is the weekly. All right, so we're above this week's VWAP. All right, so just gotta put all that to perspective. All right, as well. JP Morgan. AVGO is trying to give us a long entry here. I want to be a little careful with my bullish exposure, but AVGO's looking fairly interesting. Bullish long class. All right, JP Morgan, we got a nice little clip higher here. Nothing too crazy, but we could TP some here on JP Morgan. Small cents, but up 20 cents, give or take. 70 cents. I mean, not bad, right? So I just sold some off, got 90 cents right there on these. Just hit the market, right? GP Timmy, take profit. 1. We'll see if we get higher on that. AMD, Tesla, one of the weaker ones here out the gate, and I'm short AMD, but no falter so far. We'll see. Walmart going down. What's going on in the world? Walmart never goes down. The vid. NVIDIA, that is. Not much off open so far, folks. Just gotta be patient to wait for things to develop. Wait for retail traders to show their silly hands, and then we attack them. Microsoft, let's check it out. It's really location-wise, it's just annoying, but it's not jumping off the map anything here on me. Right now, the fade lower is continuing here, right? We're actually about to have a negative COG here on below fade. All right, so that's the thing. IWM is the weaker one here. So IWM puts. All right, for the weaker one, I don't want to chase this too much, but for bearish exposure, IWM would be the better go-to. All right, Russell futures. So even if you did say tomorrow's expiration on IWM puts, if you picked up say the 223 strike for 123ish, 122, that was not bad there. For some bearish exposure. So the IWM put 223. This is tomorrow's expiration date, the 17th, right? I just got filter 121. All right, 223 strike, 121. Premium price fill, IWM, long put, bearish. All right, give or take right there, whatever. All right, so you can see now we get the first 30-minute bar print here on for the day. So we have this thing called painting bars. IWM, maybe even shave out a little bit, a couple pennies there if you want there. These 594 strike calls. So you couldn't even get a rip up off the open. I still want to see how Qs react and respond down here, so I'm not getting too crazy here on this dominant bar print. All right. In fact, you can always lean into the QQQs, even long call Qs, front side in here. I probably just missed a little sneaky play right there on that. So I'm gonna do, I was too slow on IWM. QQQ long call here. It's gonna be front side. It's called the front side entry. I'll do tomorrow's expiration date, which is the 17th, right? I'll do a 35 delta, which brings me to, I'll do a 37, which brings me to 519 strike call, QQQs, going for about $1.87. And basically what I'm doing here is I'm just getting in on a pullback into intermediate demand, small time frame, 30 minute, 60 minute, IBIs, front side. All right, if we could come lower, okay, we could come lower. All right, so you might want to scale in. All right, but I'm gonna dip my toe in now. I'll pick these up, 519 strike call. All right, they're going for about $1.80 right now, give or take. Tomorrow's expiration. If we come lower, I could do another scale in here. 519 strike call. All right, so I'm not doing full size. Right now, I just got filled at 186. Damn, so we must have just popped a little bit. All right, JP Morgan going there a little bit. And yes, I still got those SPY 594 calls from yesterday. So one call. Day trade. All right, first scale in. Nice. GLD new highs, fixing. Let's do some profit. JP Morgan. All right, JP Morgan, let's go there, right? We got to TP some JP Morgan. New all-time high, let's TP some. All right, options are going for about $1.18, give or take. Take some more off. Just got filled at 122 on JP Morgan long call. Sold some off. All right. All right. What did I get filled? 122. All right, still in. Stop loss can be, you know, break even now at this point. 257.5. All right. What's the babe Tesla doing? So on the this here. So Mr. Blue snuck in here. Snuck in long calls. All right, and I'll add in the event that we get down into this level here too, right? TP Netflix if you got in. TP Netflix if you got in here. All right, new low on day right there. So get that VWAP going there. Shout out the person, whoever that was, who called that little sneaky level out. Appreciate you. Here at Phantoms, it's a team. There's no I in team. Let's see. There's no I in team at Phantoms. Netflix. I didn't take this one personally, but the team, as you can see in the chat, is mentioning to TP. All right. So these folks know the deal. They're trained up. So so they know the deal. All right. Listen to them. All right. Visa. I didn't pull the trigger on Visa, but Visa is also a little tasty one here too. But I got some JP Morgan. That's the leader. So I want to be careful with this bullish exposure, right? SPYs, Qs are, you know, meandering. I got these IWMs on. These went quickly into profit. It was not quick enough on them. Now they're floating down a little bit. It's the bearish exposure for today, but definitely should have TP'd a little bit there on that little flush down. All right, VWAP test here, so that'd be like the worst time to get out. So we'll see if we can get off VWAP here. If not, I might be taking a loss on IWM on the bearish exposure. All right, we just picked up some Qs. Qs is starting to break its daily VWAP, at least for right now. So, you know, we'll see. We're not closed yet, though. All right, trend could potentially be changing. Okay, we need to break, close above VWAP, and typically you'll get like a retest. I'm not sure if this is gonna happen like this. I cringe when people like draw these. I cringe when I see this like online. People are like, yeah, it's gonna come here. Okay, sure, pal. Right, but just to you know, just to illustrate teaching purposes, right? While I'm training live here, you know, we would need to see something like that. We have, you know, break, close above VWAP, and then typically you get, sometimes they'll just go and fly, right? And then sometimes you get like a little bit of a you know, retest, right? And then that would be what we'd want to see, okay, for this thing to really potentially get back realigned, right? Make sense? All right. And again, shout out to the person, whoever that was. Little sneaky demand zones there. Yesterday's VWAP. All right. Yesterday's VWAP. All right. Very important. All right. Cool. So Dylan Pinsky, he's a future legend in this business. Apple continued to just fade down, huh? Look at that. Look at that tape. That's not good for Qs and SPYs. Apple below yesterday's low. No bueno. Already. Anybody got long put happen, make sure you TP some there. Tesla's in an interesting spot. Intermediate 30-minute level of demand, so a very small time frame. I want to say this carefully, but this could be, there's an unfilled gap here. So there's better stuff down here, right? Stuff. Yearly view up, this week's view up, last week's view up is coming down here. We have an unfilled gap down in here too as well in addition. Now I did mention this a little bit earlier, I believe, where this is a weekly time frame, and the reason why I'm bringing that up is, well, we still have, Thursday today and then Friday to close here, right? Now, to close this weekly bar. Now, this is not done yet, right? This is not done yet. It's still in the oven cooking, right? It's not done just yet. So 2 weeks ago, high here, inside bar last week. Now we're still inside of this weekly bar here from 2 weeks ago. The point that I'm trying to make real quick is we are pulling back on a small time frame, intermediate 30-minute time frame. We do have a level of demand. Now this is not as great. Okay, this is not as great. Okay, this is not as great here, but this could be an area where we pull back. And let's just say, for example, that we are going to recover from this area and we would have come back up. That would be painting that bar back up on the weekly to close it, what's called a positive COG. Right, so this is not done yet. It's still cooking, right? But this could be a pullback entry that you can get in, okay, to get bullish in the event that, I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but in the event that we do come back up, right, maybe retest, maybe yesterday's high, so on and so forth, and then, Friday, if we close at around here or even break it, okay, that would be a positive COG for the weekly, which could provide a alignment with multiple time frame analysis, okay, for a potential move higher, right? Now, some folks might you could potentially get in on that thesis here on this middle entry here. Some folks might want to elect to wait to get a bit more patient and come down into this level down in here. Now the question is, well, if you elected to take the latter side of that, meaning the second level down in here. Now notice if that got down here today or even tomorrow, well, think about that. If I go back to the weekly, that means that this candle, okay, would be closing potentially, if we did get down here and like kind of park down here, okay, that would not be a positive COG. That would be an inside bar with a wick on top of it. Okay, with kind of a higher wick, okay, assuming that we got down in here at the gap fill, which is, what price is that? 390, 396, right, just rounding up and down, 396, good enough. What does that look like on the weekly? 396 is right here, right? So that means there would be a wick here, and then, so that's not going to be that's not going to be a great close for the week. Right, it's not going to be a great close for the week, but would just be an inside week again, and then Tesla would, you'd be getting down lower. Well, I shouldn't have moved that box there. you'd kind of want to have it come down a little bit lower into its low range that it's been putting in for 2 weeks now. So you can be a little patient with it. So yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Amazon, AVG. So all right, folks, this is not really much here. Microsoft putting a little sneaky action there, trying to. Not sure if it's going to happen, but we have left shoulder, a little bit of a flush out wick on off yesterday's VWAP. Potentially not developed yet, right shoulder here. maybe something setting up here. All right, so a lot of things just pulled back. Shout out Dylan, man. Pinsky, I call him Pinsky. Long story. Everything pulled back into a little, yesterday's view up and yesterday's kind of demand, but we're not really pushing off of that just yet. Long day, right? Long day. The video ended up, so we're fading down, right? Still continuing, right? Fading down. I'm gonna take some profit on AMD here. There's just no follow through on indexes right now, unfortunately. Oops, AMD. And these are at like break even. So even shorts are just really not working out as much right now. I got one of the weakest stocks here today, AMD, and I'm short it, but it's not really pushing down and printing. Right? So it's just having a tough time. The market's not really going up either. Meandering. Other than Apple. Snuck in some cues. Yeah, be patient, folks. My phone is about to die. Plus, I gotta hit the head, hit the restroom. Usually, we have to take a little bit break in the live trade room. But if you want, yeah, I'm gonna be patient. Oh, I missed Carvana the other day. I actually promoted it on. Oh man, I missed this today too. Annoying Carvana. I gotta remember to go through Carvana. I promoted this on my. Got a job promotion here on my watch list. This used to be all the way down here. I put that up here close to Fang. Yeah, I'm so I missed a couple of easy simple setups on Carvana. Rip in today. I gotta make sure I get that on my list. I gotta promote this more up. Yesterday was a mortgage gap on this. I can't believe I missed that one. But this thing is continuing here. Carvana, it rips. Carvana's a ripper. That's why I like it. You see all these wicks here. Yeah, somebody mentioned MU. MU coming off some monthlies down here. MU is nice, easy stock to trade. It just goes, it does its thing with these monthlies and weeklies, highs and lows. You just play the game of whack-a-mole, pop it down, pop it up, pop it down, pop it up on a wide range. So we're in the middle of the range now, but looking like if this thing, it might not just be a straight line up, but nice little close yesterday. Pro gap up here. So we'll see if this thing prints a nice little wick where we have a positive COG close on the 60, we might be able to absorb the supply and go click higher, potentially. All right, on the small time frames right now, you got a little something here, positive COG back above VWAP. IWM. You gotta keep a close eye on IWM. I almost want this to get stopped out because long Q's still long those spies, right? So IWM is my bearish exposure. And if this thing, yeah, we have to get stopped out on this. All right. VIX kind of hanging out. Look at this, Valdi, red, green, not in extremes. So, you know, that's exactly what we see right now in the price action as well. So it just is what it is, folks. All right, I'm gonna head out. My phone's gonna die anyways. Sorry for the glare. It's supposed to be on IG here, Instagram, but had to make a quick audible just because I think I locked myself out of that Phantoms account. So you know, I still wanted to spend some time with the folks in here. So yeah, hopefully this helped a little bit. I wish it was a bit more exciting regarding the market trade today, but you know, that's that we can't make the day. All right, so still short AMD. Yes, that's my bearish exposure. IWM taking looking at a close eye on that, but I don't want to cut my bearish exposure. Did a front side entry low on Qs. I'm gonna manage those SPY calls from yesterday that look like they're probably not going to work out. See. All right, I'm not saying it's going to happen again today, but yesterday we spent all day, not all day, I shouldn't say all day, but we were, we had a little bit of, I'm not saying it's going to happen again today, but we were below VWAP pretty, for, almost near lunchtime, okay? And then next thing you know, we just faded up for the rest of the day and closed up. So I'm not saying it's going to happen again today, okay, of course. But just be patient, folks, okay? Just be patient, all right? This drop down is nothing too crazy. Check the VIX, all right? If the VIX is not up, spiking insanely, or at least maintaining above overnight high and gradually creeping higher, then I'm not going to be too short frenzy to get bearish. All right, now don't get me wrong. I got a couple of bearish exposure trades on AMD and IWM. All right, so in the event that spots cannot reclaim VWAP and get back up here, we fade a little bit more lower. Well, I got some bearish exposure there. Okay, on IWM as mentioned. And that's it. Apple, nice fall through down. So shout out to the person who called that out. All right, if you were to take this Tesla trade real quick, I don't know if my phone's going to die on me here. Just maybe for for next week, I would want to be further dated options expiration. But that would be, I would put that one on in the event that we got lower down here. On that second level that we were talking about down here. But if you're gonna take this intermediate level up here, coming off this, as discussed, you could potentially do tomorrow's expiration just for a quick little, or you could do tomorrow's expiration, which is Friday, which would be 0 DTE, or you could do next week's as well. If you did a, let's see, 430 strike, because I wouldn't want to be too far above there. It's going for about $2.58 for a 25 delta. If you could take that risk on it. But it would need to rip tomorrow. It would need to rip up tomorrow off that little 30-minute impulse, basing impulse. Might be able to get a better price on that though later. All right, folks, I gotta go. I guess I'll see some of y'all. So if this is if you're really new to the channel, whatever, welcome. Go to TradePhantoms.com, and that's where everybody in here started at some point, right? To become part of the team potentially, if that's a fit for you. Hit register there. You'll get sent to a page for username, password, not username, password. First name, email, right? Register tonight, January 16th, which is today, right? Tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. About a 90-minute class, give or take. And, here's what you'll learn. Y'all can read all that, right? Hosted by Mr. Black and Mr. Green. All right. And, yeah, I'll see some of y'all. If it's a fit, cool. If not, cool as well. All right, for you new folks, my phantoms that are already in here, keep it up, man. You're all doing great. Be patient today, as you can see. Kind of not a lot of setups here right now, so just relax, calm down, do some other things. Look at some other trades, some swings, maybe go in the higher time frames. All right, plan some other things. Let the market develop and open up. And then today, Thunder Thursday for everybody that is already a phantom. We got what do we have today? We have futures and options later this evening, right? So I'll see some of y'all, God willing, later today. God bless. Take care. Blue out. Trade safe. Be safe. Peace.